Sometimes the smallest moments hold the greatest lessons. In a quiet, sunlit town nestled between rolling hills and winding streets, there lived a young boy named Ethan, who was 12 years old and brimming with curiosity. His days usually filled with laughter, running barefoot through the narrow lanes, and a boundless love for drawing, painting, and exploring every corner of his little world. One afternoon, after returning home from school with a heavy heart, he slumped onto the soft sofa in his modest living room, staring blankly at his math homework, a deep sense of frustration clouding his usually bright eyes, and it was then that his father, noticing the unusual gloom settling over his son, walked in from the garden carrying a watering can and asked gently what was troubling him, prompting Ethan to confess that despite trying his best, he just couldn't keep up with his classmate Liam, who always seemed to solve every problem with ease, which made Ethan feel small and inadequate, a sentiment that weighed on him more than the failing grade itself. Seeing the worry etched across his son's face, his father smiled softly, placed a hand on Ethan's shoulder, and suggested they step into their quiet backyard filled with the scent of blooming jasmine and the soft hum of bees dancing among the flowers, where he promised to teach Ethan 3 invaluable lessons through simple but meaningful challenges. Lessons that would shape the way he approached not only his studies but life itself, sparking Ethan's curiosity and giving him a glimmer of hope. The first lesson, his father explained, would begin tomorrow with a playful challenge. He wanted Ethan to invite Liam to join him for a drawing contest in the park, to see firsthand that everyone has different talents, and the next day, under the warm afternoon sun, Ethan watched as he sketched quickly and confidently, while Liam, though struggling with the brush strokes, approached the task with patience and determination. And afterward, when Ethan recounted the experience to his father, describing Liam's repeated mistakes and earnest efforts, his father gently reminded him, "Ethan, see how Liam excels in subjects like math and logic, just as you shine in art. Everyone has their strengths, and comparing yourself only hides them. But celebrating them reveals your own light," filling Ethan with a newfound understanding that differences are not weaknesses, but unique gifts. And before he could even ponder the second lesson, his father outlined the next challenge: to observe Liam carefully the following day and notice the habits that made him so adept at numbers. So the next morning, Ethan paid close attention, noticing Liam counting carefully in class, checking his calculations multiple times, and even helping younger students with problems. And when he reported his observations that evening, his father smiled and explained, "The second lesson is this: success comes from consistent practice and genuine interest. Liam is good at math because he loves it and devotes time to it, just like you devote time to your art, and if you ever wish to excel in a new area, start small, stay consistent, and nurture your interest every day." A lesson Ethan absorbed with quiet determination, realizing that his own persistence could open doors to improvement in ways he hadn't imagined. Then came the third and final lesson, perhaps the most important. His father asked him to push beyond his comfort zone and attempt to study math not because he loved it, but because understanding it would help him grow. And so, the next day, Ethan sat at his desk, pencils and papers scattered around him, determined to triple his usual effort, diving into problems with focus and trying new methods, but soon fatigue set in. His head ached, and he realized that forcing himself to excel in something he didn't yet enjoy could feel heavy and discouraging. And when his father checked in, he gently reassured Ethan, saying, "This is the third lesson. Mastery is easier when passion meets practice. If something feels burdensome, find a way to love it or channel your effort into what you already love, and discipline will follow naturally." Words that resonated deeply in Ethan's heart, helping him see that true growth comes from understanding one's strengths, embracing differences, and approaching every challenge with patience, curiosity, and dedication. That evening, as they sat together under the soft glow of the garden lanterns, Ethan promised himself he would remember these 3 lessons. Respect individual strengths, practice consistently, and pursue learning with love and patience. And before the story ended, his father added warmly, "Today, we also learned a few new words and phrases. Notice how observing, practicing, and appreciating are important actions not only in English but in life. And just like your art and your studies, learning English can be fun when approached with curiosity. So keep listening, exploring, and growing every day." Leaving Ethan with a heart full of wisdom, a mind buzzing with ideas, and a sense of excitement for the many lessons still waiting to be discovered in the world around him.